Good morning and welcome to this morning's yoga class. I'm Monica. This is Open Heart Yoga Center. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Find a nice seated position on your mat. Use whatever props that you need to get comfortable. You may sit on a height, you may prop up your knees, and let's take a moment together to bring our awareness to the present moment. So close your eyes and tune in to the aliveness in your body, to your breath, to your heartbeat, just allowing everything to be as it is. Okay, dropping your chin to your chest. Let's start to circle the neck. Starting to release tension around the throat and the neck and the upper spine. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Letting that energy flow. And circle the other way. Good. Gently bringing your head to the center. Good morning, everyone. Let's start to move in the spine and the shoulders and the back and deepen the breath. So inhale, opening the chest, the heart center. Exhale, rounding the back, chin to chest. Every time we breathe in, you're breathing to the whole lung capacity, and when you breathe out, you feel your diaphragm, the muscle beneath your rib cage, pushing back up underneath your ribs. Getting a nice squeeze all the air out. Okay, let's make some big circles with the upper body, continuing to warm up gently, moving with the breath. So a nice, deep, rhythmic breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down, and circle the other way. Good, and then coming to the center. Once you come to the center, let's bring the fingertips on the shoulders and move them back. Lubricating the shoulder joints. Again, letting any stiffness ease out of your muscles and joints. Circle the other way. And any tight energy that comes mostly from fear, from stress, which is a form of fear, I think. When you feel afraid or stressed, you tend to tense, especially up here in the heart and the shoulders and the breath, right? So let's practice a couple of times feeling into the difference between tensing and releasing. So inhale, bring your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, push them down. Inhale, squish the shoulders up. Exhale, push them down. One more time. Squish the shoulders up. Good. Okay. So let's uncross the legs. Give them a little shake. Good. And now circle your knees and your ankles around one way. And then circle them around the other way. Getting nice and loose. And then we'll point and flex the feet and find your sit bones. Rock a little bit from side to side. Find your sit bones. Good. Okay, point and flex, and then flex. Inhale, arms overhead. Cross your thumbs and reach your arms overhead. Look up if that's available to you. So your quads are working a little bit. Legs are nice and active. Taking the right hand across, left hand behind. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears, gently twist. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Cross your thumbs the other way. Gently pull up on your thumbs and look up. Exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. And breathe, long and deep. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. One more time to cross the thumbs and stretch up. And then bring your hands to your heart. Good. Okay, let's bring the feet on the mat about a hip's width apart. Bringing your hands behind you, fingertips pointing in. Lift the hips. This is a tabletop. Strengthening your glutes, your lower back, your hamstrings. Good. All right. Keeping your left ankle underneath your left knee. Let's take the right leg out. And then step it back down. And then take the left leg out. And step it back down. Good. And then come back down and give your knees a hug into your chest. Dropping your forehead down, letting your back round and your shoulders completely relax. Take a few breaths here, long and deep. Good. All right. So we're going to lift the chest, lift the head. Your feet are still about a hip's width apart. You're still on your sit bones. Take your arms straight out. We're going to roll down, keeping the feet on the mat. So rolling down slowly, slowly. So you're using your core muscles to come all the way down. And when you come all the way down, make sure your head is in line with your spine. Okay, taking your knees up and your shins parallel to the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And we're going to take the right elbow to the left knee. And then the left elbow to the right knee. And back and forth. These are our little crunchy warm-ups. It's not technically yoga, but we're just waking up the core a little bit. Sometimes doing something that can be a little bit hard can help you to focus your mind. Get your mind away from whatever might be troubling you and just be in the moment. Good. All right, let's do for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one. Good. And then bringing your head down to the mat, bringing your knees to your chest, give yourself a nice loving hug, and then rock from side to side. Massage out your lower back, and feel the muscles on either side of your spine. Good, and then keeping the right knee to the chest, let's take the left leg straight on the mat. Activate that left leg, right knee's hugging into the chest. Long, deep breaths. Good, and then with your left hand, taking the right knee over to the left, hip to the right in a spinal twist. Right arm about shoulder height. And gently coming back to the center. Make sure your head is in line with the spine, and then we're taking the right leg up to pulse out that hamstring. So very gentle movements with your hamstring towards you and away from you, and then flex the heel up and then point the toes back and forth. Good. And then flex to hold, walk your hands up your leg, or use a strap here till you get a little bit more intense stretch in the hamstring, and breathe here. Good. One more little ab crunch, bringing your forehead to your knee, bringing your elbows out to the sides, and then inhale, bringing your head down, and exhale, take the right leg all the way down. And when the right leg comes all the way down, meeting the left, bring the left knee into the chest, interlace your fingers, give the knee a little squeeze, and breathe long and deep. Good, and then we're moving to the twist. So the left arm comes out shoulder height. That left knee goes over to the right. The left palm can be up or it can be down. Eyes are closed, and breathe. Good, and then coming back to the center. Taking that left knee back to the chest. Give it a hug. Nice loving hug. And then the leg coming up to pulse the hamstring. You know, it's easy when you do exercise to have a critical voice in your head about yourself. So in yoga, the self-talk is very important for holistic health. Point and flex your left foot. So if you notice you have any negative self-talk in your head, just be aware of that and, you know, be willing for that to be seen as just not true. Okay, we're doing a little head to knee here, a little ab crunch. And then inhale, bringing your head down, and at your own pace, take that left leg down. When your left leg meets your right leg, bring your arms behind you. We're going to stretch like a rubber band. So feet and legs together, arms behind you, and stretch. Full body stretch. Point your toes. Good. Now interlace your fingers. Push the palms away. So stretch your fingers, the palms, the inner wrists. Push the heels away. And then bring the interlaced fingers underneath your head, elbows up, chin to chest. We're stretching the back of the neck. Giving the back of the neck a little squeeze, and then bringing your head back down to the mat. Arms are by your sides. We're going to do a little bit more core work. So take the right leg up. Inhale, exhale it down. Then take the left leg up. Exhale it down. And then the right leg. Exhale down. And the left leg. Exhale down. Now sitting on the backs of your hands, so you scoot your hands under your bum if you want. This is not necessary. We'll try both legs together. Inhaling up, and then exhaling down. At your own pace. Going slowly is a little bit more challenging for your core and for your mind, of course, right? Mind always wants to speed up and go to the next thing. Good. All right, let's do a couple more together. At your own pace. And then after you've done a couple more, bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a nice loving hug. Rock from side to side. Good. Okay. Take hold of your big toes from the insides of your legs. So your knees go apart like a frog. And then soles of the feet up. This is happy baby. So I'm gently pulling on the big toes. Knees are going towards the armpits. Good. Breath down in the belly. Nice long spine back of the neck. Close your eyes and breathe like a baby. Good. Okay, and release. Taking your knees to your chest, let's move the knees around in a circle together. So both knees are going clockwise, massaging your sacrum. And then both knees are going counterclockwise. Good, and then we're going to rock up and down on the spine. So some of you are going to go all the way back to the plow, which is your knees on your forehead or your feet behind you, and then rolling up to a sitting position, and then back to the plow. Or just a gentle movement up and down your spine like this, just to massage out your lower back. Either one, we're exploring the movement and the flexibility of the spine. Good. When you come all the way up, let's come back to sitting with the soles of the feet together. So we're doing the hips again, butterfly. Good. Okay, forehead to the toes in butterfly or Baddha Konasana. And then roll up one vertebra at a time. All right, when you come all the way up, cross your legs the opposite way. So kind of cross them automatically and then do it the other way. Good. All right, we're going to do one round together in Kapalabhati, or sometimes called breath of fire. Kapalabhati in Sanskrit translates to shining skull because it helps to wake up, in my view, that polarity of the mind that feels into being. In other words, the non-judgmental polarity of your mind, or the non-attached polarity of your mind, whereby your thoughts, all your opinions, don't have such a strong hold on your whole well-being. For example, if you feel a happy thought, you feel happy. If you feel a sad thought, you feel sad. But there's a polarity of the mind that sees there's no happy without sad, and vice versa. All right, so hands on your diaphragm. Because we know breathing and emotions and thoughts are interrelated. Well, everything's interrelated. All right, deep breath in, feel your hand move away from you as the diaphragm drops down. Exhale, belly towards your spine as the diaphragm comes back up. Like an accordion. Deep breath in, your hand moves away from you. Exhale, belly to spine. One more breath in, and then sharp movement, belly to spine. Then gentle breath in, and find a rhythm. Good, then exhale, belly to spine. Then slow deep breath in. Hand moves away. Exhale, squeeze the air out. Slow deep breath in. And then slowly squeeze the air out. Good, now we're going to take a 3/4 breath in and hold the breath, staying nice and relaxed with the eyes closed. Good, now keeping your eyes closed, just breathe normally. Tuning into your being. That sense of I exist or I am. Good, okay. So, flutter your eyes open, uncross your legs, give them a little shake. That's a little mini meditation. And then come to hands and knees for our cat and cow. So, yoga is moving the body and moving the energy, like in cat and cow. Focusing on deepening the breath, toning the whole respiratory system. And yoga is also about stillness. Again, that polarity of the mind whereby there's inclusion, unconditional love, wisdom, you could say, seeing the bigger picture, compassion for yourself and hence all other beings. Good. All right. We're going to move to the puppy to stretch those shoulders. So puppy, walking your hands forward, bringing the elbows down, walking the knees back until you feel a nice stretch in your shoulders. Long, deep breaths. Good. Okay. Coming back to hands and knees. After the puppy, take your right leg straight behind you. Good, and then bring the right foot, the ball of your foot, over to the left and look at your right foot. So we're stretching the spine laterally and the hips. Taking your right leg straight behind you again and lift it up. Good, take the left arm out for a balance. If this is available, bring your left hand behind you and try to reach for your right foot. Stretching your right quadricep. Good, and then stretch leg and arm back out. Activate your right leg a little bit, and then release. Taking the left leg back on the ball of your left foot. Take that left foot over to the right and look at it. Good, and then bring that left leg straight behind you, and then lift it up. Taking that right arm out for a balance. And then if it's available, the right arm is going back behind you. Bend your left knee so you can find your foot. And then take the left foot up and away. Good. Let's stretch it back out again. And then release. Tucking the toes under, we're going to our first downward facing dog. All right, let's take 5 deep breaths together in downward facing dog. So we're going to hold this pose as a static pose and focus on the breath. When you exhale, gently feeling into your fingers and your knuckles. Good. All right, coming down to extended child's pose. Trying to keep your arms extended as much as you can, getting that nice stretch in the spine. Once you've got extended child's pose, tent up your fingers so you're on your fingertips. And breathe into your ribs, into your shoulders. Good. All right, walk your hands over to the left. Head is staying between your arms. And stretch that right side. Good, and then walk the other way. Stretch the left side. Good, and then coming to the center. Let's come back up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Once you get your downward facing dog, we're going to walk up to the front of the mat. So you're in standing forward bend. Soften the knees as much as you like until you can get your head down. And then soften the knees a little bit more, chin on the chest to roll up. So it feels really nice in your spine. When you come all the way up, let's take the arms overhead and cross the thumbs again. Lift in the spine. Good. A little back bend, and then hands to your heart. Good. All right, let's move to our sun salutation. So sun salutation is great to move the energy. So sometimes we feel tense and stuck. It helps to just flow with your breath. So inhale to stretch the spine, mountain pose. Exhale, standing forward bend. Uttanasana. Take your right leg back. Knees gently coming down. Sink the hips and look up. Good. Downward facing dog. And this time we're going to gently walk out the dog. You bend your right knee and push your left heel down and vice versa. Slowly and mindfully. Or in other words, feeling into your presence or your being. Okay, taking the right foot forward. Either take a big step or kneel down first. Gently bring the left knee to the mat, sink your hips and look up. And then bring your left foot forward. So you're back and standing forward bend. Take your wings out to the sides, coming all the way up with your core. Arch back a little bit. And hands to your heart. Good. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold. Hands either side of your feet. So bend your knees so you can get your hands down. Take that left leg back. Bring the knee to the mat very gently. Sink your hips and look up. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Walking it out a little bit. And then take the left foot forward or kneel down first. Right knee is down so you can sink the hips and look up. Beautiful stretch for the hips. Right foot's coming forward, standing forward bend, softening the knees as much as you like. Take your wings out to come all the way up. Stretch up or arch back. Hands to your heart. Okay, so we're going to add the plank this time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, coming down to standing forward bend. Folding yourself in two. Take the right leg back. This time, keep your right leg straight. So it's a high lunge. Then join your left leg to your right leg. So we're in a plank pose. Good. All right. Dip your knees, chest and chin down. Lifting your tail up in Ashtanga pose. And then cobra. Remember to keep those shoulders away from the ears in cobra. You may be just to here. You may be here. So listen to your body. Tucking the toes, we're going to do a push-up back to the plank. So here you are, back in your plank. Nice. Okay, so this is a lot of upper body here. To push back to downward facing dog, adjust your feet in a little bit. And breathe. We're going to do 5 breaths here. Good. All right. Bring your gaze between your hands and take your right foot forward, or left knee is coming down first. Take the left knee gently down. So we're going to do a low lunge here and bring the arms overhead. So you're either stretching up in your low lunge with the spine as you sink the left hip down, or you can arch back a little bit. Gentle breath. Okay, hands to the mat, and then take your left foot forward. Standing forward bend. Soft knees, wings are coming out. Arch back a little bit. Hands to your heart. Good. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Take the left leg back. This is high lunge, so we're keeping that left leg straight. So we're getting ready for the plank, making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders. So when you bring that right leg to join the left leg, you're in a nice high plank. Steady breath. On an exhale, gently drop your knees, chest and chin. Toes are touching the mat, and then roll up to a cobra. Whichever variation of the cobra feels good to you. Good, tucking your toes. If it's available, a little push-up. Back to the plank. Good, lifting the hips, adjusting your feet in a little bit towards your hands, downward facing dog. Long, deep breaths. your hands. The left foot is stepping between your hands. The right knee is gently coming down. If it's available, arms overhead as you sink the hips, or a little back bend. Good. Bring your hands to the mat. Bring your right foot forward so we're in standing forward bend. And then bring your wings out to come all the way up. Arch back. And then hands to your heart. Good. Okay, let's find our chair. So we're going to come down to the mat through the chair. Utkatasana, or the chair. This is sitting, but you notice I'm not overarching the lower back, okay? There's a natural curve in the lumbar. It's not overarched, but neither is it like this, okay? So kind of a natural pose, and then either using your hands to touch the mat, or if you want to try to come down using your balance, coming down and then lifting the legs up until they're parallel to the arms. Good, okay, we're going to start to come down slowly, so activating your legs. Take your time. When you come all the way down, bringing the knees back to the chest. Rock from side to side, or any movements that you like. Good, all right, right foot is going to step on the mat. We're going to do the pigeon. So flexing back your left foot, cross your left ankle over your right knee, gently bringing your right knee towards your chest. And breathe long and deep. Good, all right, taking the right foot back down, cross your left leg over your right leg all the way. If it's available, hooking your left foot behind your right calf, and then arms are coming out. We're doing an eagle twist, so the knees are going over to the right, and the head's tilting to the left. Close your eyes and breathe. A little deeper twist. And the last one. Good, and then coming back to the center, bringing your knees to your chest. Give your lower back a little squeeze. On an inhale, lift your forehead. Try to touch your knees with your forehead. And then bringing your head back down, and your left foot to the mat. Flex back that right foot a little bit. So we're doing the pigeon. On the other side, that's stretching the right hip. So the right hand goes through the triangle made by your right leg, gently bringing your left knee towards you. Keeping a beautiful line, head, neck, and spine. Long, deep breaths. Doesn't it feel good to release tension? In this case, the hips, lower back. So we're letting go of resistance all the time in yoga. With every pose and every breath, we're letting go of that resistance to the flow of life. It blocks your life force, your vitality. Okay, we're going to eagle pose now. So the right leg is wrapping around the left leg or just crossing it over the left leg. Arms are going out like the top of a T. Knees are going left and head's going right in a twist. Breathing long and deep. Finding your ease in every pose. Good, and then coming back to the center, unraveling your legs. If you've got a brick, we're going to do a bridge variation. So if you have a brick or some other sort of prop, a bolster, Make sure your head and neck are in a straight line, and then slide your bolster or your brick under your sacroiliac joint. So not up here, pretty low. So you're on the bony part of the back of your pelvis. Good, and then we're going to straighten the legs. Good, once you've got this bridge variation, let the palms face up, lift your shoulder blades up, and then plop them down a couple of times. So you lift the chest and then drop down. Let the chin come in towards the throat. And breathe long and deep. Completely relax your upper body and your arms. Not just keep it there. If you want to try interlacing your fingers and giving your fingers or your palms a squeeze in, go for it. As you gently shift your weight back again towards your shoulders. Once your spine supples up and your shoulders supple, if you want to try the steps to the wheel, you can. So the steps to the wheel, if you remember, is bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows are facing up. And then you're coming onto the top of your head, only if you're very confident to do this and you have enough strength in your arms. So I'm staying in the bridge and then straightening your arms. Good. When you've had enough of the wheel or chakrasan, or the bridge, your back bend, we're coming back down and bringing the knees back to the chest. Our counter stretch for the back bend. Rocking or circling. And then holding the ankles from the insides of your legs. So the knees go apart, head's in line with your spine. And then bringing your feet down to the mat. If you've got props, if you'd like to prop up your legs, sometimes that can feel really good. I'm using my yoga bricks here. And you can put your hands on your body, it's very healing. Just intuitively, wherever your hands sort of go, and tune into your breath. Good, and then I'm going to hold the space for you as you stay in this restorative pose for a few minutes, just as long as it's comfortable. So with every breath you exhale, allow any stress or tension to leave your body. It's okay to relax in this moment. Very often when you have habitual tension, which causes all kind of imbalance in the body, because maybe from a young age or maybe just now, we don't feel safe. And as we know, there are many, many, many of us who don't feel safe on a daily basis. So right now in this moment, you can notice that you're safe. And just let that noticing spread to your whole nervous system. Every muscle and every joint, you're safe. So you can let go. Going with the flow. In this moment. Now bring your awareness back to your breath. Enjoy some nice, deep, full breaths. And then start to move and stretch. And when you're ready, joining me in a seated position. And then bring your hands to your heart. And take a moment to acknowledge that peace that the mind, or the thoughts, in other words, cannot understand. That you can feel it in your heart. And you can express it as compassion. Just take a moment to acknowledge that. And the light in me bows down to the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me for this morning's yoga class. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And we'll see you soon at Open Heart.